What's up, my crafty friends? Welcome back to my channel where we do everything DIY. Today I'm going to show you simple DIY projects that you can make using tower blocks or Jenga blocks, and we're starting right now with this beautiful vase. It is so modern and I thought it was just so beautiful, and let me tell you how easy it was. For this project, you're going to need this type of square jar, or I don't know. This is actually a container box from one of my kids' watches. I got this from Walmart. It's one of those smart watches, and I just kept the box because it's kind of square. And all I'm gonna do is just take these small tower blocks that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just measuring out how many pieces will fit across the front part. So because I wanted to leave the middle part kind of empty, so it kind of gives that glass effect, all I'm doing is making sure it's nice and level from the bottom. When you're putting these tower blocks, you're going to make sure that when you're putting it down, the top pieces of the tower blocks are nice and straight and they don't move the actual container around. So you're gonna make sure that they're nice and level. And then once you have the exact height perfect, you're going to continue on gluing it down, just using plain hot glue. If you don't have hot glue, I can suggest that you should use E6000 as well for a permanent hold, but the wooden pieces actually attach themselves to the plastic very easily. You're gonna go ahead and continue the exact same way, making sure it's nice and straight on the bottom so it's nice and flat and even, and you're gonna go all the way around the base of the container that you're working with. I'm just making sure that they're in a straight line, and when you're going around the corners and the edges, you wanna make sure that they're still lining up so you have the wood. The best part about these tower blocks is that they actually have really nice wood designs, so make sure you look through them because they're not all the same. You wanna make sure that the nice wood effect is actually showing up and they're not exactly the same. You can also stain these wood pieces, but I just really like the natural wood look with the glass. Once you're done the bottom, you're gonna do the exact same thing on top and leave that portion in the middle exposed, so that way if you do use water or flowers, you can see a little bit of the insides. You can also fill this up with stones. Just having that glass see-through effect in the middle, I felt like gave it such a nice modern look, and it's so simple. I'm continuously just making sure that they're nice and leveled and straight, and then at the end, you know, my biggest pet peeve is that hot glue sticking all around. So I got my baby bottle and I just removed any hot glue pieces sticking out from any of there, and I'm just going to put some spider greenery from the Dollar Tree, and voila. What's up, guys? Maria here. Welcome back to the Maria Kuna DIY. Welcome to the tribe. I am so happy to see you again today. If you are a part of this DIY community, you know I love you. You are the bestest. I wouldn't have a channel if it wasn't for you guys. So if you are not a part of this DIY tribe yet, make sure you hit that little red button down below as well as the bell so you are notified and you don't miss a video, and it's free, so why not? And today is a special collaboration with a bunch of awesome ladies. So all you have to do is go down to my description box below. There will be a link which will take you to the next person's video so you can get even more tower block inspiration ideas. So I hope you are gonna enjoy this Tumble for ya, and let's hop on to the next DIY. The next DIY is this riser. It's so easy to make and it's very modern looking, and you can even use it on a coffee table. So this is the Tumbling Tower game, or you can use these larger Jenga blocks, or these ones from the Dollar Tree come in like natural wood and brown. So we're gonna be using the brown ones from the tower blocks, and you can use a cardboard, or I am using this foam board. So I just cut out the square size of how I actually want wanted my riser, what size to be. As you can see, it's fairly large, and all I'm gonna do is set them by 3s. So all I'm doing here is using some hot glue, and I'm just going to apply some hot glue right on top of my foam board, and I'm assembling these tower blocks carefully on top by 3s in the horizontal way. The following ones, you can see I already arranged them for myself, so all I'm doing is arranging them by 3 now vertically, and I'm going to continue the exact same way all the way down my foam board, going 3 by 3. You see what's easier for you. I arranged them the way I kind of wanted them. As you can tell, I used about 4 boxes of this tower block, so I had enough. You can also use this ruler to make sure that it's nice and straight because of the way the riser is, and I just cut out an approximate size of my foam board. I want to make sure it's nice and leveled and straight, and you're going to continue the exact same way, going all the way, rotating it back and forth. You will also continue to see my baby brush coming in and out of the video as well, because using a lot of hot glue, you will have a lot of those strings from the hot glue sticking out, and the faster you kind of get rid of them, the easier it will be, because you can tell this hot glue is very stringy. So the way I'm doing this is just making sure that most of my foam board is covered. I really like this darker wood. You can use regular wood if you don't have them, and then you could just stain them as well. This is just the perfect and ideal color for my type of style. Then all I'm going to do is grab an X-Acto knife, and I'm just going to trim off the edges of the foam board that are sticking out. You can use scissors here as well. This is just the foam board itself. If you're using the foam board or the cardboard, is the base of whatever we are sticking it to, so it's nice and solid. The hot glue and the actual pieces of the tower blocks are going to create that strong, secure type of hold. Once you're done, this is what it's going to end up looking like. Isn't it cool? I'm going to flip it around, and all I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab regular tower block pieces. I'm going to need a total of 2, 4, 6, 8 of them. You can use the brown ones to continue on, or you can use the neutral color style, because all I'm going to do now is create the riser portion to lift this up above. So I'm just gluing 2 pieces to each other, and then I'm going to arrange it onto the actual foam board and glue it down. I'm going to make sure that they're all facing the right direction, as well as making sure that you're leaving the same amount of space on the top and the side from the foam board, so they're all nice and even when it's standing up. Because if you're going to use this riser for a coffee table or even in your kitchen, you're going to be able to see when it's actually standing, if it's leveled or not. Here I go with my brush again. You guys know the usual. I can't stand the hot glue. It's such a pet peeve. Then the next part is this jumbo a permanent marker. Okay, these permanent markers are so underrated, guys. Like, seriously, they are so awesome to do lettering with and everything for when you're doing crafting. But what I'm going to use this for here is, because the base that we used for this riser is black on that foam board, all I'm going to do is cover the entire riser pieces, those 2 tower blocks, with this black. So you can paint it. This is totally optional, but like, honestly, like, because it is untreated wood, it just soaks up the black so much easier. And I'm going to cover all 4 of my little legs with this black marker, and there's no dry time, guys. Like, I dig this a lot. The easier the better, and it gives it full coverage, so like, why not? Moving on to our next DIY is this beautiful little holder, so you can use it for whatever you want. It says love on it, and I just thought it had such a cute little farmhouse feel. So I'm using these Jenga blocks. I'm repurposing them, and I had them from a previous project, and all I'm doing here, back to my permanent marker, yo. Okay, this is so easy. I have this little container box that had chocolates in it that I got for Christmas. It was cute as it is, and I was gonna keep it for Christmas, but I'm like, okay, Maria. Like, don't hoard. And let me know if you guys do this in the comments down below, because I do this all the time. Like, I'll put it aside because it's super cute. Tell me I'm not the only one, okay? It's like a little box, and like, why not keep these little things? See, I'm reusing it. I couldn't wait for Christmas because I just thought it was the perfect size for these Jenga blocks. I'm covering the entire little box with this black. If you don't have this beautiful, amazing, mega Jenga type of permanent marker, you can totally paint it. But when you see these permanent markers, please just grab one. You will notice how much you actually use it. So the Jenga block pieces above that you see are actually from a lantern that I made, and I can link it down in my description box below if you want, but it wasn't working for me anymore, so I just took it apart because I didn't use E6000. That's the beauty of using hot glue, guys, okay? It's like strong, but then you can rip it apart if you wanted to and repurpose it. So they are regular Jenga blocks that I got from the thrift store. It was missing pieces. I painted them white. I used it for a lantern, and now I'm just going to use it for this purpose. So once you cover the entire thing black, you're going to start arranging the Jenga pieces, and you're going to start from the middle. The reason why you want to start from the middle of the box is because it's going to go out, and you're going to want to make sure that the edges of them, they don't have to be exact, but you will see as I go along, they're not like perfect, but this is the reason why we colored the box underneath black, so it was having that farmhousey look, so you don't see any multicolors underneath. And you're just going to go around the edges, and if they are not exactly even, that's totally cool too, because it will just give it more of this farmhouse effect that we're going for. I'm starting to do 2 at a time, and as you can see on the curves of it, I'm letting it curve, and I'm just going to continue the exact same way all around the box, and just applying hot glue and attaching these pieces all around the box just to create that full coverage of these Jenga pieces. Once you have all the Jenga pieces all the way around, you're going to clean it up. You know, you're gonna swoosh that little brush and get rid of that hot glue, okay? I'm gonna make you guys hate hot glue little pieces sticking out as much as I do. Okay, let me know in the comments down below. Am I the only one with this pet peeve, or do you guys do this as well? Okay, so now you can see the wooden pieces of the Jenga blocks are exposed. So at this point here, you can paint it on top so it has full coverage, but what I decided to do is use more Jenga pieces in a vertical way, and I'm just hot gluing them to the top to create this type of like rim of this wooden Jenga block pieces, and it gives it a little bit more height, because as you saw in the final product, I'm going to grab a little bit of burlap. Well, you'll see when I finish this. So there's your box, okay? Yeah, I go back in with the brush, okay? It's not going to end. I like a finished, nice product, okay? So what I'm gonna do now is get this beautiful burlap. I just thought it was so pretty. I got this from Dollar Tree. It comes in like 3 different styles, and I used it like almost all up. So all I'm going to do now is just using some hot glue. Yeah, make sure you protect your finger. I burnt myself several times. The burlap has holes, and every time I work with it, I always burn myself. So just keep that in mind. You can use scissors here just to attach it, and you're going to put it all the way around, just applying some hot glue all the way around the box, and just attaching this burlap gently from both sides and in the middle, because then you can go back and just attach it even more if it's not level. And the reason why I'm attaching this burlap is because there are so many holes with the Jenga block pieces, and we are going for more of this farmhouse effect. The next thing I did was I just wanted to jazz it up a little bit, because personally I'm going to be using this box for my paintbrushes, and I'll show you how it looks after. But what I'm doing here is just free-handing the word love. You can custom this. You can make it like your last name. I was thinking of doing Kuna, but I just thought love was just such a good reminder, and it's going to be in front of me, so I did want to just freehand this in a handwriting format. If you're not good at this, I would suggest just using a marker and just marking off some handwriting for whatever term you're going to put. I'm just doing it slowly, and this actual ribbon, or not ribbon, the white string that I'm using, this is for brining turkeys. I'm sure you guys have seen me do this before. It's just like a white cotton type of thread that I get from the dollar store or Dollar Tree, even Walmart has it, and it's super, super cheap, but I just loved that look of the white Jenga blocks and then a little bit of the burlap brown, and then we go back to the white. So that kind of contrast of layering it is what designers usually use whenever they're trying to match colors. They go for similar colors. That's why I liked using the white here. And that's all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna put love with some cursive writing, and just make sure you're slowly doing it so you don't overdo it with a hot glue. Then just trim off with scissors once you're done, and that's it. Then you can put whatever you want in there. You can put some makeup depending on what your style is. I thought this was perfect for my paintbrushes because they were able to dry on an angle. And that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Love you all so much. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below which one was your favorite, and see you all soon. Bye.